Hi friends, and welcome back to Lily's Readings. Today we're going to do a general love reading for all the water zodiac signs. And for those of you who don't know, the water zodiac signs are the Cancer, Scorpio, and the Pisces, all right? So a really good affirmation that you guys can use today is, I trust my intuition. It never lies, you know? All right, so let's get into it and see what you guys need to know. So spirit guides and angels, what do they need to know? What do they need to know? I want to thank every single one of you all waiting for the cards to pop out, for being there for me, for supporting me, for liking my page, for, you know, getting other people to see what I'm putting out there, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So I really do appreciate every single one of you. Let's see. I'm just looking for one more card. Of course, they're going to give me a bunch. I'm going to put these back. All right. So I'm using right now the Romance Angel Oracle, if anyone is interested. I don't really know if these are still out there, but if you guys have them, I'm interested in knowing who's using them too. This card is talking about love first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And you know, let's be real. When you don't love yourself, how can you love someone else? If you don't respect yourself, how can you respect someone else? If you say, well, I do love myself just a little bit, how can you not love yourself? If you don't love yourself 100%, how can you give 100% of you to someone else? So in all honesty, that respect starts from within you. All right. So the next card is forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And that's what it is. I feel like maybe that's why these cards didn't pop out, because see, this one is love yourself first. And then this card is forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So, you know, I feel like this is also, of course, my camera it's going to glare because of using the camera. But I feel like with that being said, you need to go on a journey. Not all of you, but some of you do, or most of you need to go on a healing journey, and it's learning to let go. And how are you going to let go? How are you going to forgive yourself? You know, we have to forgive ourselves, even for the us that we were in the past. Forgive yourself for not understanding at that time, but learn from what you didn't understand. So there's a purpose, there's a reason for everything, to be honest. All right, so let's get into the tarot deck. And the tarot deck that I use, if some of you are interested, is called The Light Seers by I think it's Chris Ann. Yeah, it's by Chris Ann. And these are really good cards for me because I work with angels, spirit guides, angels. I work with, you know, whoever I'm allowing to. I work with a lot, so I'm not going to sit here and talk about all the ones that I work with, but I work a lot with angels, in all honesty. And this helps me see, especially being an intuitive reader, I need to see pictures. That's why I use these. I do have Rider-Waite cards, or I have cards that are similar to Rider-Waite as well, but I just feel like these work for me. All right, I'm just kind of waiting for the cards to drop out, and that's why I'm over here having a conversation with all of you. So spirit guides and angels, what do they need to know? The first card that did drop out is the Queen of Cups. Someone is very much in their emotions. Someone is ruling with their heart, and they're very, very emotional being. And that makes a lot of sense since we're doing the water zodiac sign. So that makes a lot of sense. You guys rule with your heart. And there's been something that's been going on for a while, and you kind of don't know what to do, which is why you're not trusting something. I feel that with the Queen of Cups, where she's looking for, I mean, water is about clarity. Water is about being pure. It's going with the flow, especially if you're in your emotions and you're not trusting something. I think that's another reason why the affirmation kind of stands on its own. It's trust my intuition. It never lies. Listen to yourself, because it is very important, especially if you're not trusting something, okay? So again, let's go back to the Queen of Cups. She has her hands in the air. She is surrounded by a lot of water. There are fish on the bottom, I believe, because she's in the ocean, or, you know, she's just wherever she is. She looks pretty much comfortable. She is in her own way, but she rules with her heart, right? So it's a very, you know, you're just kind of, it looks like you're kind of in your zen. You are maybe learning to love yourself more. Maybe this time around you've been doing a lot of work on yourself. It's also maybe you're learning to forgive yourself. Maybe, you know, there's something that you've been doing for a while. And by a while, I mean more than just a few months. Maybe you took this year to, you know, just heal yourself from within because of everything that you went through. That doesn't mean you're healed 100%. Every single day, we're always learning more. We're healing more. Every day, we are healing. Whether we heal in this lifetime, in the next lifetime, we're still going to be healing. The Seven of Cups, your cups are still flipped upside down. So there's still something that you're not trusting. So I would say go with the flow, you know, just slow and steady always wins the race. Thinking about what you're doing before you step into something new. I feel like for some of you, maybe you have stepped back from love, and that's what's going on, is like you're getting ready to have at least the idea of going back out, putting yourself back in the world. So the Ace of Pentacles talks about offers. It talks about something coming your way, is what this kind of feels like. Now, maybe this is someone had put an offer in front of you, but you're afraid and you're not trusting it just because you're still on your healing journey and you're afraid, like if you let yourself go, or you're afraid if you get to know this person that you'll ruin all the healing that you have done. Spirit guides and angels, what is your advice? What is your advice? I feel like this is also one of those things where you're gonna have to listen to what your intuition is telling you. I really, really like this because we have, and this isn't going to be for all of you, but their advice that they're giving is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles shows that you went through a lot. You've changed a lot, or, you know, you're tweaking some things about yourself, and, you know, maybe you're doing it at a faster pace than what you realize that you're doing, but you're closing cycles, you're closing the end of things, and you're going into something that's new and something that is the beginning. All right. So Ace of Wands does talk about healing, but I also do want to point out, because as you guys are the water zodiac signs, I feel, and I've done a lot of research where you guys are actually like the #1 intuitive people, right? Well, I am a Leo myself. I'm not a water, but Leos are also very intuitive people. But I feel like waters are just, you guys know your shit. You know what to trust because you rule with your heart, right? But I also feel like someone who's coming into your life, someone that you needs to match the same energy that you guys are, you know, have been working on, because it's like you guys are waking up. You're starting to realize what you want. What you want is peace. What you want is, you know, someone who will love you the same way that you can love them. So I feel like with this, you know, popping out, I feel like what universe is telling you, go with what your intuition, you know, is showing you, but you also need to be able to have someone match your energy. It's not that, you know, I feel like if you're kind of high in vibration, it's like you're looking for someone who's high in vibration as you, not someone who's lower than you, because it's almost like you try to save everybody. You're trying to get everybody to come up here on this level with you, and you can do it by words, but you can't save everybody, I think, is what I'm going at. And I think this is what Spirit is saying, is like, we can't save everyone. Sometimes you're just gonna have to put you before, you know, everybody else, because you got to think about yourself first. You got to think, if if you're in a situation that this is no longer concerning you, then you're gonna have to kind of move on. This person, they're not ready to move up in vibration is what this is showing me. If they were ready to move up in vibration, then you're gonna see them starting to work on themselves. By them working on themselves is not giving you, like you not giving them, you can give them, kind of guide them, but you can't live for them. It's not like you can step into their body and like be them. They're gonna have to do the work themselves. It's very, very important that you guys hear this, because I kind of feel like you're doing so much on yourself that you're kind of like stuck at that, rock in a hard spot, because it's like, oh, I'm doing so good, I want everyone to come and follow me, but this person doesn't seem like they want to follow you. They're gonna have to do it in their own time, in their own way. Don't rush into things also. And I don't feel like that message is for everybody, to be honest. I feel like this is Spirit who's saying this to a couple of you guys, or just a few of you guys in particular, because you want to change the world or save the world. Something about that. Please do reach out to me and let me know if that part means something to you.